Almost looks like we meant this to be in there. That changes the whole look of the frame. We're back in the shop this morning. We're back on Michelle's Jeepster. As you can see, we've tore it all apart again. We're gonna get some cool parts bolted on it that have shown up. See if we can't make this thing one step closer. Let's get to work.
That looks like a fuel cell.
That looks like a really good looking cell. Look at those.
She's pretty.
Exhaust hanger might be an issue.
Well, did they give us any bathroom reading material?
15 minutes later.
We have found the instructions. They were right there on that QR code.
And it even works.
First time and for everything.
Yeah.
I mean, online is way better than
Made in America, baby.
sifting through a bunch of papers. You can just click on a link and it'll bring you to that exact thing.
True that.
In order not to fill this beautiful brand new fuel tank full of yuck, Land's gonna cut some muffler hangers from the stock stuff off the back of the frame, get that cleaned off. I'm gonna tape this down so that we can do our test fits and stuff without getting all the boogers that are gonna fly around in here in our tank.
Now we won't get crap in there.
At least now we're safe and clean.
Got it.
Tow hook in the way?
Yeah, it says on the instructions we have to remove the tow hook, receiver hitch, if I had one, and the rear bumper. Got it.
Might not ought to touch that. All right, wheelie
Whoa.
that thing under here.
Let's see what happens.
Got a bolt in it?
I almost got 2 bolts in it.
I got 2 bolts in it.
Okay, so we let it back down and drill a hole in it. Okay, let her down. Alright, pull it out and we'll drill us a hole in it.
Look at that shiny stuff. Moto Built builds some freaking good stuff. Look at that.
Burning.
Close.
Burning.
Burning metal.
Stuck to my chin. Holy crud, that got hot in a hurry. There we go.
Got her. This is very important.
Yep, this keeps it from rubbing a hole through the bottom of that aluminum tank. So that fella there is going to lay in right in that spot just like that. And that tank will set in on top of it. I think what we'll do is we'll do the 2 of them, set them in, and then we'll just cut them off to the right.
Just like that. So did you explain to these guys what this tank is? We hunted all over the interwebs and we came up with Moto Built. They've got some cool stuff. We built this link suspension in here. We put all of this in there, which won't work if you have a fuel tank that sets right here. So we really wanted a fuel tank because we don't want to push this thing everywhere. And we thought we were going to end up having to build something back here. We got to looking. Moto Built builds this kit for a JK. So if you want to bob the back of it, or if you want to put a good 4-link setup in it, you can move your fuel tank to the back. We're like, hey, that's exactly what we're doing. Yep. We'll just get that kit. So that's what we're working with here. So if any of you guys have a JK and you're tired of the track bar mount bushings going bad and the rear end walking sideways in it and it making lots of noise and you want to 4-link it, this is the fix so that you can 4-link it. I have a Moto Built tank in the FJ. We built we bought the stretched YJ tank, I think, and we put it in the back of the FJ. It just fits, it's easy to access. A few bolts, you drop the whole tank down, change the fuel pump, bolt it back in. We actually did it on the top of Hell's Revenge once because the pump fell off the pickup. Open that strap.
Ready?
Yeah, I'm ready.
Okay, I got this end.
That's the problem. I'll get a tank. I have a question.
Yes, sir.
Is this the back or the front?
This is the front.
Perfect. That makes me feel better. Look at that. Try and take it out?
Yeah. like it to slide down in there like it's supposed
Oh,
to.
freaking I guess.
Yeah, I think it's got to go like exactly square. That's better. Look at how good that fits.
It's way more better.
These here pieces hold it in.
Michelle's gonna have shiny stuff. She likes shiny stuff. If she wasn't sick right now, she'd be down here because she would notice this happening because there's big boxes and that kind of stuff going on. That's pretty snazzy, really.
Yeah, it's all full captured.
Yeah, the bill's even on the right side.
I checked that earlier.
How does it? How? Just put it under there. I have questions and concerns right now.
You have questions and concerns?
Yeah.
You will not show it.
I won't?
No.
I like that answer. There was no measuring. I was just looking through a catalog and like, that looks like it'll work. Let's order that. Oh my. Okay, my concerns are gone. Do you know what my concerns were?
If you're gonna get a bolt to line up.
No, fuel pump clearing the top, but
Oh, I see.
I'm pretty okay with it's gonna clear.
So based on their depiction there,
It's under it.
Under that surface.
I like that idea. Dude, that's... What do kids say now? Gracie would have some slang word for this, like
Let's think.
bussin', or I don't know.
Something bussing is great, like those bonbons are bussing.
The filler neck's gonna come up right in the hole. Almost looks like we meant this to be in there. That changes the whole look of the frame.
Yeah, it fills that whole big
Yeah.
void in. And
Yeah, it makes me happy.
Got all sorts of.
We
Good
get a
angles.
transfer case here.
these
Life's
gonna go
gonna
together
be
quick.
Yeah, they're gonna start happening around here.
Well, we need that transfer case because we need to be able to call Adams and say, here's our drive shaft
Yeah.
lengths.
Now I can build exhaust and all of the other stuff that just needs to fall into place. Dude, we may drive this thing before long, just so we can tear it all apart again.
Uh-huh. To make it pretty.
Frame's getting powder coated. All the links will get powder coated. Body's gonna get Raptor lined underneath, or Rhino lined, or some lining of that texture of stuff. And then the top's gonna get painted a beautiful orange color. I like it. Concerns are gone. Let's put it in. I don't know if any of you fans realize how much time it takes chasing parts down for this project. Building it's not bad if you can get the parts to do it.
Building rubber pieces.
I'm gonna start hacking front apart today, see if I can't get some Ori mounts in it, get it setting on ORIs at least. We probably ought to get that other AC pump bolted on, take that one off. We got some stuff to do. Custom build stuff, it's fun. So this saved us a pile of time, and it's a good product when we're done. It's gonna look good, it's gonna work good. I like it. Tom's just putting the finishing touches on her. She's tightened up. We're going in. I'm gonna leave her kind of loose like that, and we can find the home.
Those bolts are right here.
Yahtzee.
Find her?
I'm in. Double tapped. Dude, feel like that Operation game. Yep, that's what it's buzzing a lot currently.
Apparently landed and marked it in the right spot, huh?
It went right in. Either he marked it in the right spot or you just pre-drilled it where it needed to be. That's actually easy.
Yeah.
You just went right to the site and just looked her up.
The little QR code sends you.
Oh, really? Right to the instruction
It
stuff.
sends you to a list of all their instructions, so any instruction you need, you can get from that
Oh,
QR
that's
code.
cool.
For us, I don't know if it matters.
Doesn't matter one bit. Teflon them up and bolt those things in it, and we'll call that. It is what it
Yeah.
is. And then we probably ought to take and find all the holes in that and just bolt that onto there, so we don't lose the bolts.
Yeah.
If we leave the tape on it and just find the holes, thread those things in there, then we know when the pump gets here next week, we can just put it in there and it'll work. I can't wait to see if Michelle notices. Dude, we get that big shiny piece in the middle. That's gonna be like the last piece, major piece of the puzzle. I'll bet she clears.
Paul's putting the rear mounts in it.
Just to give us the cushion we need. All right, set her down. Well, it clears. That's insane.
He's on.
Oh yeah, it works perfect. We got a good inch of clearance. What's cooler is that this, like I can touch the fill spout. Like it's right where it needs to be, right through there. It's gonna come up right in. So we have harvested this thing, which is factory, so it will go right back in factory holes. It's gonna look like it's supposed to be a Jeepster, so I'm digging it.
It's gonna look good.
What does it look like? Oh man, it's tough.
Oh yeah.
It looks good.
With a rear bumper, you wouldn't even tell there's a skid plate underneath
That's
there.
the goal. That is the goal.
That's cool.
I like it. That's a win. One part down, on to the next.
When we put on these scab plates to stiffen and flatten the firewall, we drill the hole in it, the proper size for this here nut. And this holds the brake booster all together in one piece. What we failed to do was calculate the size and make it so that nut would fit through the actual firewall of the Jeepster. I'm using the handy dandy electric die grinder, and I'm opening that hole out. We probably won't bore you with much of this, but you should experience the noise. It's epic. All right, in theory that should fit. We'll see how it works. Right through that way. Look at that. We'll drill some through holes in this guy. We'll tighten this up, mount this right to the firewall, and it's ready to start hooking pedals to. This is an exciting milestone. I'm ecstatic that actually worked. Get this guy through right here. Maybe. I think I need to go a little bigger on them holes. See if that likes us any better. Look at that.
It fits.
See if I can get a nut on one or two of these. See if you can keep that from falling out. That one appeared to be happy.
Yeah, it went all the way in.
This will use a GM component, so standard GM master cylinder. We should be able to get replacement parts anywhere, any parts house. And it is a nice compact package. It should be beautiful. Oh, one more thing checked off the list. I got to figure out how the vintage air system is going to fit in underneath the dash. So we make sure that we have everything cleared, all of our holes drilled through the firewall first, and then we can mount our battery to miss all of our bolt holes and bolts and all that good stuff. We just want to make sure we're thinking of everything. We don't want to have to drill the hole, patch it up, start all over again. So we're going to make sure that this fits correctly, and we got our plan made, and then we'll start drilling holes.
What are you up to?
Trying to clean off the old gauge.
You're making progress.
Before you couldn't see any of the numbers. Now you can barely see some of the numbers. I just got bored and decided to do this. I'm actually doing a pretty good job at it.
There you go. Keep it up. We'll see if we can resurrect that thing.
Tape measure says this will fit.
Test fit number 1.
She's gonna live something like that.
Watching a master at work.
This is gonna be cool when it's all
I don't know if I'm a master at this, but
So what are you polishing here?
this is the rod for the brake and clutch pedal.
Copy.
I'm just trying to get cleaned up so she'll work smooth.
Tom is currently trying to get the vent door.
So this was the fresh air vent. This was the only vent system that the Jeepster had. And it took positive pressure from the cowl right here, and when you open the vent door, it would push cool air, well, whatever outside temperature air was, inside. We don't need that where we're going, because we got air conditioning.
So
We're going to
we
eliminate that.
all the stuff down.
And then I'm going to build a nice block off plate to go in here, so when you look at it, it looks like everything's still stock in there, but it doesn't have anything blowing through. And then I can take my condenser and tuck it up a little tighter up underneath my dash. That's my theory, at least. We'll see how we do.
Tom's gonna do
Okay,
a
buddy.
perfect job.
I got a brunt Sharpie.
That's official. Front workwear. The official boot of Fab Rats and Mark.
4 3/4 inches. So we'll start here, and then I'll find a washer that's got about the
big.
same radius, and then I'll put my washer in my corner, make like edges, because I'm not quite that good. But I'll make a drawing, and then I'll cut it out with some scissors and check the fit, and then I'll transfer this over probably to an old dead road sign or something, just because it's easy to work with. Drop her down in there. So I'm made me some radius pieces. Got her, huh? Well, we'll see. This is episode 2 of Arts and Crafts with Tom.
Oh,
Yeah, we're starting
you were so good the first time you got signed for a second season. That was Merlin on the phone with me. They got some shenanigans going on. You guys are going to want to tune in because he's taking his own motor with him to pick a car up to drive it back to Havasu.
Oh, geez. Where's the car at?
If it was anybody
In Salt Lake, they're hauling a motor they built with them, going to put it in it, meet us at the car show, and then drive on home in June. You guys are going to want to check out that. It's going to be quite the shenanigans. Sounds like Jason's home. We need to get these side panels changed.
I've been avoiding that.
I'm really sure I don't want it at all.
So I got
They're kinda
how to do the
A lot easier to take off the other one than it's
Yeah.
gonna be to put in this one.
What's your idea?
I was thinking of cutting this in half, and then Tom told me a better idea. Just cut this off and make this a spacer.
If you were really good, you just go over on the lathe, machine that down, cut threads on it, shorten this.
I'm not that good. So I'm taking this route.
All right.
It was 87 on the other side of the hill today.
Oh yeah, it's warming right up.
I think that's gonna work out.
You don't know why it wouldn't?
Made everything shiny and nice.
That's how we like it, shiny and nice.
I'll get to cutting, I guess.
I am whipped today, guys. Like, I am dragging.
Telling the boys earlier, my back
Oh yeah.
like cramping. I laid down on the floor to
This
work
whole
under the
manual.
dash, and
Manual labor, man. I am not down with that. I'm gonna eat some popcorn and feel better about it.
Don't kill me.
Figure I might as well do something today.
What are you doing there?
Taking this AC bracket off. I'm gonna fish the other one out of there and get it bolted on here. See if I can like make cool stuff, I guess. That is the controller right there. That kid sure is noisy. Well, that looks like some bracketry. I hope there's instructions in there because I don't know where all that's gonna go. Remove cardboard. Dude, we're making cool stuff down here.
Oh yeah. I'm trying to find it. Where's it at?
It's right here.
What are you guys doing?
I'm about to clean my car out. Are you trying to tint some windows tonight?
You trying to pay me tonight?
Once they're done, yeah.
Yeah, we can tint some windows.
Now, if I looked at the picture correctly, didn't necessarily read the instructions, but I studied the picture. And I think I've got this down.
How'd your piece fit, Tom?
I'm a little bit chubby, and not just me. I think it'll be perfect. We'll transfer it over to some aluminum, and then it'll seal it right off.
Do we just weld it in? Build it out of metal and then whatever we decide?
Either way, we can make it work.
Yep.
Houston?
We have a problem.
Houston, we have a problem.
Not fitting there.
I don't know what we've got going.
Voila. That's what the picture says.
That's the way I read it. Nailed it!
Beautiful.
You don't even doubt me ever. I can read a picture. Okay, now there's big long one. Any ideas on these other ones? Maybe we need to turn the page.
Maybe.
This what do you think of that? Did it come with a belt? How do we know what belt it goes on? That's actually not bad, right?
No.
It's gonna be what it is. Supposed to have the belt.
Kit includes belt and tensioner.
Have the tensioner. I think I've got it. I don't know where these two go. Guys, it's only me in the shop. We're thrashing on this thing still. We're to this point. She's bolted on. This kit didn't come with a dang belt. So I'm gonna have to rip to Kanab early in the morning before work, grab me a belt for this thing, and see if we can get the AC, all those components put on it, and then on to cutting and welding and grinding and all those things. So we're gaining though. Look at this. I got the brakes put on it. Look at the pedals hooked up. Tom's getting the AC box plumbed underneath. We're gonna get a battery hanging right off of this. So we'll get the old Optima hanging right there, make it look good. So, but tomorrow.
The next morning.
Yeah, so I'm thinking if I just take and build a plate, cut a hole in it exactly like that one, cut this thing off, bolt it back in there, and I can just weld it to it, and it'll look exactly factory in there. Because I'm gonna have to drill that out, extend a rod over here that makes it push. I don't know exactly how this is gonna work.
Yeah, I like where your brain's going though.
Yeah, I'm working on that theory.
Well,
I'm just whittling away because I want this plug to fit perfect, and it's hard to measure it because when they stamp these things in, they roll the edges. So I'm just working a little bit at a time to whittle it back. I'll get my width set, and then I'll start working on the long side. I'm starting with this one because we can throw it in the shear over there and it's really easy. The long side's just a little bit too long to fit in our shear, so we'll have to work at it.
That thing is slow.
so tell the people at home what that is.
This is the windshield wiper motor.
Is she turning?
It turns, but it's extremely slow.
High works. Problem is, I think you gotta have power to
All of it
high and low at the same time
to get it to work.
to make that happen.
What does the wiring guy say?
We can make it jumper.
There's high.
Low.
Yeah, we gotta have power to both of them at the same time. High works, low works.
Low.
That doesn't sound bad. Cool. That'll do it.
Sweet. Now we know that the motor works.
Wiper motor, functional. That thing's so fast and nice.
In theory, that should be right.
In theory.
I got lots of theories. Most of them don't pan out.
They should have earplugs in. How's that even possible? Just go through.
Not too bad.
You like it?
It's getting there. Start whittling on the other side. See what we can come up with.
This bit seems to be junk. That's the only one I got. So we're melting currently. Handle.
Hey, it's handled.
I'll bet
No
it's
matter
hot.
how we got there, we got there.
Yeah, I'll bet it's hot.
Beauty. Tom's doing some shaping, some body work.
I'll take patch panel. I won't take body work. I don't want to be the body guy. Take her over the Ameribraid and make some angles. I think that'll work.
I think it's beautiful.
Cleaned up. Good enough. Oh. All right, we punch a few holes in it. We're golden. Now we just got to bolt that back in.
Okay.
With this on the inside, I'll hold it while you put that in, and then we'll cut that off, put it up, weld it, done. All right, let's do it. Okay.
We'll lose some of the visual.
Now let's bolt this thing back in here.
I got to figure out a way to make it look right and work right.
Oh, you'll get it.
I'll poke at it.
All right, we should be able to bolt this in, Lan. And then we'll deal with that.
Your vision looks good as long as it'll fit.
Yeah. Yeah, I can get that to go up in the dash. There we go. All right. Weld these parts and pieces in we got built. Yeah, you're not gonna see much because I can't even see it. We'll finish it outside. That's pretty good, I think. All right, the easy part's done. Now we gotta try to make a brake pedal work.
I have faith in you.
We're gonna make it. It's gonna happen.
So for the people at home, what are you doing here?
We don't know. We're trying to make a pedal work in this. We're doing some stuff, actually. That's directly in line with it. Yeah, that's what we're doing. I'm trying to put a square shape in a triangle hole currently. That is what I'm up to here. This is gonna work. But Alan, I'm glad he stopped by today. He just asked how come we couldn't shim this off. And we can. So we're gonna have to build like a 2-inch spacer to shim this back so that we can get this to go where it needs to, and then technically I might be able to just mill that off and put a hole in it. I don't know. We're gonna figure this brakes out. Michelle will have brakes at some point in time.
Land, you did good on that poster up there.
Oh yeah,
front's
hanging.
It is a little crooked, but
Shush.
it's nice to look at.
You hike your right foot up.
Twist your head a little bit. She level.
Perfect.
That's everything else in the shop too, Land. Don't even let them give you sweat. I think we got her. So I just had to drill the spot weld off of this so we can slide it into where it's going to be nice and tight. Should be. Should be good. Where'd that hammering utensil go? Just like that. Drilled off. Oh, goes on here. Need a washer. Right there.
I brought you your favorite creamy.
I was just gonna ask
What are
if
you
you got
sucking up
all
for
those.
today, Grandma?
I've been slacking for 2 weeks,
I've been slacking.
but then I've been sick, so I
That's
covered
right.
it.
We'll eat those things.
I figured you would. Strawberry yogurt.
We're spoiled around here today.
She's doing her up here.
It's not an everyday thing.
Which one?
Strawberry or mint.
I'll take a minute.
I'm going mint.
Okay, that other one's Paul's then, because those are his favorite. That's why I bought
If Tom
What's up?
them. You get strawberry.
or mint, which one you want?
Go, Care.
Here. There's on the table.
Oh, thank you, Grandma.
Yeah, I'll go take the
Brake pedal's in it, fellers. We're winning.
Oh, this is Michelle's, so I was gonna say, you don't ever use brakes.
Hey, it even has a good perfect stopper too.
Yeah.
That's cool.
It still doesn't hook up quite right, but we'll get to that.
5 minutes later.
What you got there, Tom?
Well, we bought us a little bit for cutting out spot welds. So I'm working on getting spot welds drilled out so we can try to get these little sail panels repaired because they've been wounded.
They've seen better days for sure.
But we gotta have them.
That's what Tom's working on. We're still dreaming on brakes over here.
That's the travel. All we gotta go through right there. Then I can just weld that in. It's gonna work.
Yeah.
I'm on it.
You dial.
Like Blue Bonnet.
You guys know what blue bonnet is?
They ain't got a clue.
Yeah, it's ice cream, ain't
No, that's blue.
Butter.
it? Same
It's
thing.
butter.
Some sort
And
of
don't get it
dairy
confused with
product.
I can't believe it's not butter. Fabio. You have no idea what that is.
I think I've seen that commercial.
Have you really?
It was a long time
What
ago.
does Fabio look like?
I don't know.
You would remember.
But I remember it saying something about you can't believe it's not butter.
All right. I'm going to give you that one.
We're milling that flat, people.
Well, that's the game plan. We'll see what we end up doing, but that's my hopes and dreams. That's a lot. We'll slow it down. That's the final pass right there. Trimmed off. Now move the pedal over. If we trimmed the right way, we're in good shape. I mean, that has been known to happen with me. But I think in this instance, we're okay. That's actually not terrible. I mean, I don't know if I'd quite go to that point yet, but like we're at the point where
You've passed the now what?
yeah.
How are you doing?
I'm still playing with spot welds. Gonna be here for a day or so.
To give you guys a little rundown, this Heim joint is going to get this bolt threaded into it.
Maybe.
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 And then
Feeling pretty optimistic right now.
it's gonna work. And then we're gonna tap that bolt that's chucked in the lathe to match these threads. It's gonna be mint. You're making headway, Tom.
We're removing more pieces. I don't know whether it's headway or not.
On inside.
Land's about
about
the
the
same
same.
spot I'm at. He jumped right on her. And we got to do some tape measuring to figure out how much we cut off, how much we leave.
Body and fender guy. That's you, Lynn.
I'm not no body and fender guy.
There you go. If I got to be the wiring guy, you got to be the body and fender guy.
What does that make Coop?
Camera guy.
Cut the end of this off. Like so. And this thing that I've constructed here is going to slip over the end of that thing there, like so. Then this thing is going to thread onto there, and in theory it should thread clear to my mark almost and give us that much adjustability. I got to take this out right here because that's going to be a bolt that goes through the whole thing to pin it all together. Voila, we have brakes. Well, in theory. Okay. Got him. All right, we've got more custom stuff to do. I got to build a shouldered bolt to hold this off of here just barely and go through that. I don't want to drill this hole any bigger because I don't want the brake pedal to break, so.
Now you gotta drill all the spot welds on the side right there.
No, so we're just gonna cut it right at the flange edge, and then this piece will just overlay it.
Wow. I see. Doesn't like to work smarter. Work smarter, not harder.
Well, Paul had a great idea the other day when we were cutting this out. This was such a pain to get in here to get cut out that there's no reason to do all that work again. We did it all on this side. We'll just use that material, weld back to it. It'll be good.
There we go, then it's just a washer and a cotter pin, and it's built. Okay, there's that. Let's see what this looks like.
It functions.
Oh, it's gonna do.
Sweet.
That was sharp.
Forrest Gump, boys. And that day, for no apparent reason, I started running.
To go for a run.
From that day on, if I was going somewhere, I was running.
Nice. Yeah.
Cut that little chunker out right there. Be one side ready for us to stand this back up and weld everything back together.
Well, good job, Tom. Keep
I don't
after
know.
it.
It's a job, whether it's a good job or not, it's questionable.
That's snazzy, Tom. That'll weld in.
Should. Hold those pieces back up, get them straightened out. We got a bunch of grinder work to do, but
She'll get in.
gotta start someplace.
Nope. That's too snuggalicious. I thought it would go, but looks like it should. I'll go burn just barely more off of it. Okay, there's that. Now we should be able to figure out how much we need off this other part. We just need a nut width. Just welding the spot weld so that the thing will stay together and
We'll be good.
we'll be good-ish. That's a word. We're good-ish. We
Going
can
in.
just put those top bolts in there right now. Bottom one we can get to easier. Put them in the bottom one.
That's in the bottom one.
I was looking on the wrong bottom. Perfect. Okie dokes. Just snug's gonna be fine for that. It's awfully far forward where it needs to be. Put your, you can just leave those bottom two bolts in it and we can run off top two with the spacers. Yeah, that's gonna be brake. That's right for brake.
Okay.
Right there.
So Lamb,
Get a tape measure.
measure between the back side of that plate and the far. Yep, 2-inch spacer.
So just pretty much what we figured.
Yep.
We'll build some 2-inch spacers and it should be ballparkish. Yeah, it's good. That shouldn't hurt anything to have it stepped out there. And then we'll just wrap it with sheet metal.
Yep.
Yep, that's how she's rolling. And then we'll deal with the pedal.
2-inch spacer.
Thanks to Chad.
Yeah, thank you, Chad's Fab.
Is
missing a tire?
Guaranteed not to fall off.
Good.
Until it does.
Your wrecker will forever be a part of this Jeepster. Right here.
Alright, we got them all square. Time to do some welding. It's not going in. Oh, there it did. Top ones?
Okay. Spacers are set. You're good to push.
There's nothing in.
Oh, you told me you were
I gotta
going. You
push.
told me you were going from the inside out.
Hey, you just chill out. I was testing you. And it's not going through. There. There's in.
Good job, Tom.
I had to turn the spacer. Okay, you went plumb through that one.
You should be able just to hang on there.
I'm gonna need a tool. 9/16 in wrench worked best. You got one in there?
Okay, so hold off on the top one. You may want the top ones a hair shorter. Okay, push that in.
Oh, I can't twist
Not a
it.
shot, Shane.
I ain't that big. Firewall's too reinforced for that.
I thought it would bend that plate. Dang.
Come on, Tom.
That's actually money.
That's probably.
If you go just shorter than that, like a 16th shorter than it currently is,
Okay.
lay them off or?
Probably. Then you're nice and straight.
Yeah, let's just mark them. Okay. Okay.
You know this, but I rotated them so they were up, and I handed them both to him facing up.
So we shouldn't.
Well, we shouldn't lose them. It doesn't mean we won't, but we shouldn't.
We got our spacers shaved down.
Okay.
It should be the last time going together, theoretically.
Well,
No. For this portion, maybe. You on the outside?
I'm on it. It can be.
I don't care which one
Now.
you're on. I just need to know.
That one wasn't spinning.
Got lost that one.
I caught it. Cat-like reflexes.
Ninja. Mechanic ninja.
Okay, that's pulled up tight.
It actually made it look like it's.
The angle looks right.
It's good to go. Pedal's right.
Yep. The angle on the master
Level it
cylinder.
up with the master.
Yeah, it looks good. It should be.
Grab that master right there, Landon. I don't see anything wrong with that.
Smells good.
I'm glad Alan stopped by today.
Yeah.
It was a good idea he had. Now we'll box this in. I'll weld these things to the firewall, and we'll put a piece of strap around that, and she will be there.
Well,
That's winning. Getting stuff done.
What are you doing?
Pulling this in here, so since my dad said I can work on it tomorrow,
There you go.
so might as well get her in here while there's nothing in.
Tact.
I would just love it if I could actually clamp this thing someplace and not have to use both hands to weld. Sometimes they put cardboard up in these old vehicles, in the rocker or in a pillar or a B pillar. I
Oh,
guess
wow.
it helped them form them. I don't know why it was in there, but you'll be welded on one, all of a sudden fire coming out.
We got a pile done on Michelle's Jeep. So it's got a gas tank, it's got brake pedal in it, it's got AC. Things are happening, but we're out of time for the week, so Next time we'll do more cool stuff to it. I don't know what. Whatever parts show up, that's what we're gonna do. So thanks for watching.